Hello, everyone. I'm Lina Acosta Sandal, and I am the founder and owner of Stop Parenting Alone. And I'm taking a little bit of time from my 12-hour day today to speak about the Super Bowl halftime show because according to my feed, all of you out there, parents, got caught up in a situation where some of you didn't know how to handle what your children were watching. And I kind of want to I didn't want to lose this opportunity to be able to speak to all of you parents out there on this particular subject, because for a lot of you, you're really worried and your heart was in your throat and you didn't know what to do and what to expect and how to explain. And I wanted everyone to understand that what was happening, what was probably happening developmentally to your children that were in the room with you. So statistically, anybody who has children under 5, they didn't really understand what was on the screen at all. They were just picking up on your energy and your vibe. So if you were scared, or if you were happy and clapping, or if you ran and picked them up and took them away, your response to them was the information that they got from the moment. So the next time you find yourself with your under 5-year-old in a situation where it's more adult themed, be mindful that children under 5 take their safety cues and their information from you, your face, your energy. So stay calm, because unless they have been exposed to sexual content, they don't understand what is happening, right? And for the under 5-year-olds, you are the information of what's happening. So what was happening during the halftime show? There were dancers that were dancing, and they were dancing different traditional dances from Latin American countries. So it's perfectly okay to share that information with your children, because you are the one that are telling your child what they are seeing. So remember, for those of you that got really nervous and you immediately picked up your 5-year-old, your 4-year-old, or your 3-year-old, anybody under 5, what they understood that they were watching was your response. Now, children, the school age children, especially children between the ages of 5 and 8, they probably just thought that it was hysterical that these two women were shaking their butts, because butt is the most hysterical word for every single kindergartner, first grader, second grader. If you ever want the complete attention of a kindergartner, a first grader, a second grader, and some third graders, just say, I'm going to sit right here on my butt, crisscross applesauce. And they will crack up and say, oh, the adult just said butt. So for most of the school age children, when they were watching the halftime show, they were probably enjoying the party. They were probably had too many cupcakes by that time. And what they thought, statistically, because of what they understand and where they are as it pertains to private parts and body parts, is that there were these two women who were shaking their butts. And that was it. Again, children take their cues and their information from the parents' energy and face and reaction. If your reaction was to say, oh my goodness, this is horrible and this is the end of the world, then it is. So be mindful. Now, I understand for some families, there was a value attached to this, and that's perfectly okay. I myself, when my husband watches football games, when my children were younger, got into the habit of muting the television and telling them to close their eyes, because I particularly don't like the violent movies that get advertised during sporting events. So what I used to do and how I managed that, because we all wanted to watch the football game, was to mute the TV during the commercials and let them know, uh-oh, there's a scary image coming up, please close your eyes. So it's okay if you have a value system and you want to set it up, but understand that Your babies are always going to get their safety cues from you, but as it pertains to child development, and if they have not already been exposed to sexual conduct, most children that are under 8 just thought it was hysterical that somebody was shaking their butt. They did not see it as sexual because they don't understand those sexual topics. Right? They don't know what a stripper is. They don't know any of these things. They don't know what pole dancing is because they're young children. So, because sometimes as adults, we see something with our adult eyes and our adult information. So be very, very mindful of children under 10, under 8, under 7, that you're not sexualizing them. They do not know what a stripper is. They do not know what pole dancing is. So don't introduce it. And finally, for those of you that were watching the Super Bowl with 10-year-olds and up, and you were like, whoa, okay, next time this happens, this is a beautiful opportunity to talk about sexuality, to talk about what you and your family considers respectful or not respectful, to talk about all the different subjects that were available to you right there in your home, in your screen, because the best way to have the sex talk with your children, or to have difficult conversations about race, about the politics in the world, about all these cultural things, is to use popular culture. And you had that opportunity during the halftime show, and maybe you got caught off guard and you didn't know what to say, and you saw your teenage children kind of looking at this. But always, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, if you don't believe in it, if you loved it, make sure to, it's so wonderful when you can do this with especially children 12 and up, when you can use popular culture, when you can use something that you're watching together to talk and be expressive of the cultural topics that are coming up in the moment. So I didn't want to lose this opportunity. I hope this is helpful. And again, I'm Lina Acosta Sandal, owner, founder of Stop Parenting Alone, which some of you follow, or some of you are watching for the first time because your friends follow us. Come over to the website, get to know us. And we are a parenting education and psychotherapy center here in Miami, Florida. Bye. Until next time. Hope this was helpful.